Welcome to the WION podcast. Great to be here. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something, well, fundamental, really, sleep. And specifically, its connection to type 2 diabetes. We've got some pretty interesting findings from a big health analysis to unpack.
Absolutely. Yeah, this comes from a massive health database, the UK Biobank. We're talking, what, around 250,000 adults?
Yeah, okay.
And they look specifically at, how much people sleep and their risk of developing type 2 diabetes later on.
Right. And did they just look at sleep hours? Or did they factor in other things, like, say, diet? Because people always talk about diet and diabetes.
That was a key question, actually. They really wanted to see if eating healthy could sort of cancel out the bad effects of not sleeping enough.
Makes sense.
So they asked people how much sleep they usually get in a day. Normal was defined as 7 to 8 hours.
The sweet spot, supposedly.
Exactly. Then they had categories for short sleep. Mild was 6 hours, moderate 5, and extreme was down to 3 to 4 hours.
Okay, so quite a range there. What was the headline finding?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Even when people were eating what was considered a healthy diet,
Yeah.
if they slept less than 6 hours a day, they still had a higher risk of type 2 diabetes compared to the normal sleepers.
Huh. So a good diet doesn't fix it?
It seems not, at least not completely. It suggests sleep plays this active role, maybe in how our bodies handle sugar and insulin.
Right. It's not just downtime.
Precisely. Being chronically short on sleep might just mess with those processes, even if you're careful about what you eat.
Okay, so how much higher was the risk? Do we have numbers on that?
We do. Getting, say, 5 hours of sleep a night was linked to about a 16% higher risk of type 2 diabetes.
16%.
Okay.
That's not insignificant.
No. And it gets worse. For those really short sleepers, the ones getting just 3 to 4 hours, their risk jumped by 41% compared to the 7 to 8 hour folks.
41. Wow. That's quite a leap.
It really is. It underlined how crucial consistent sleep might be.
And does this line up with, what other research has shown before?
Generally, yes. Older studies do tend to point towards that 7 to 8 hour window being best for lowering diabetes risk.
Right.
Risk seems to go up if you sleep less. And actually, some studies suggest sleeping a lot more might also be linked to higher risk, though that's maybe more complex.
Interesting. So it's like a U-shaped curve, maybe?
Kind of, yeah. Too little isn't great. And maybe consistently too much could signal other issues or have its own problems. Balance seems key.
Okay, but let's be realistic. Getting 7 or 8 hours every single night, it's tough for a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely. Life gets in the way, right?
Yeah. Did the researchers offer any, potential solutions if you just can't get enough sleep?
They did acknowledge that.
Yeah.
They mentioned that maybe, just maybe, doing some high-intensity interval exercise during the day could potentially help.
HIIT training.
Yeah, possibly to help mitigate some of those risks tied to short sleep. It's not a replacement for sleep, of course, but maybe something that helps buffer the effects.
That's good to know. A potential strategy, at least.
Exactly. And you have to remember, individual factors matter too, like sleep quality, not just quantity, and overall lifestyle.
True. It's never just one thing. But still, this connection between sleep hours and diabetes risk, even with a healthy diet, it definitely gives you something to think about.
For sure.
Really makes you reconsider hitting snooze maybe one less time. Well, fascinating stuff. Stay tuned for more such intriguing stories to come.